well though. Yeah, third is unbelievable. Hey guys, it's Luke here and welcome back to another video. You join me today with something a little bit different, a little bit more old school than what we are used to in the form of this E46 compact. It's obviously not standard in usual fashion for these videos. It's got an M57 in it, so it's a diesel, one of few diesels that we've had featured on the channel. And of course it is not standard, as I said. It's running a hybrid turbo from an E92. The engine is actually from a 330D, so it's a bit of a part spin to be honest, but very, very cool. LSD, bit of a skidder. Of course, we are joined with Kieran, the owner of the car. He can run around basically what's been done to the car, and then we'll go out and experience this 350 horsepower M57 swapped compact. Okay, we're joined now with Kieran, the owner of this mental little thing. Thank you for coming along and bringing this thing on the channel today. Something a little bit different, as I said.
Yeah, definitely.
A bit of a sleeper, isn't it? Because you wouldn't really think.
No, you wouldn't. I think from visual looks, you definitely wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, well, I rate that. I rate that. But obviously, we've got the bonnet open in usual fashion. We'll have a little look under here. A lot has been done, engine swap and everything. So yeah, if it's all right to give us a bit of a walkthrough.
Yeah, so full engine swap from a 330D coupe, 6-speed manual from a 330D coupe as well. Your typical deletes, so EGR, swell flap deletes, everything like that. Do have a E92 hybrid turbo. It's a 2271, full intake, big front mount intercooler.
Yeah, look at the size of that. Squeezed in there.
Engine wise, that's probably about, obviously, a 3-inch decat, etc.
Yeah. Engine
wise, that's probably about it, to be fair. There's not a lot to that recipe, should we say.
Is it a bit of a plug and play engine swap, or is it kind of a lot of little things?
Yeah, because I mean, it's exactly the same engine bay as you would get in any other.
Yeah, that's a point actually. Yeah, that's true.
Even though the car looks smaller, technically the wheelbase is exactly the same.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. It's 350 brake, 800 newton meters as well.
Yeah, that's it. Matched by GKR.
Cool. And yeah, I mean, you put the bonnet down and you would never guess.
No, definitely not.
Never guess.
It's definitely a bit of a sleeper.
Yeah, obviously suspension-wise, what is it that we're running?
Suspension-wise, we've got Bilstein shocks with HR lowering springs.
Nice, yeah,
so
okay.
Tried to sort of keep it somewhat stock looking,
but
with great handling at the same time.
Yeah, that's nice. I suppose it's not too low, is it? So it's
no, definitely not. It's more of a practical height, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. And exhaust-wise, you say it was just a straight through?
Yeah, it's 3 or 3.5 inch all the way back.
Yeah.
It's obviously just a twin exit.
Cool. Yeah.
Wheels are from an E92. I want to say they're 320D, but it's square setup wheels.
Nice.
330D brakes, front and rear, M-Tech disc and pads.
Nice, cool. It's a bit of a parts bin, isn't it? Of lots of different generations. And did you say it was you swapped into the manual as well?
Yeah, so it's got a 6-speed manual from because it originally was a 320D.
Okay.
But it's got a 330D gearbox as well because they're a bit stronger.
LSD in it as well?
Yeah, Quaife LSD we've got in there.
Nice. Yeah.
You sort of need it. Obviously, 800 newton meters of torque in a tiny car.
Yeah, I suppose the wheelbase is quite short, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely.
For what it is, but yeah, funky little thing actually. Yeah, something I've never filmed before, never really experienced. So it should be good fun. I mean, apart from that, visually pretty stock, isn't it?
It's supposed to be sleeper-esque, should we say?
Yeah.
Not be able to supposed to see what it is actually about.
Yeah, no, and yeah, I like that. It's
inside
complete
is
opposite of mine.
Fully stock as well, as you can see.
Yeah.
We've got SE seats.
Yeah, look at them. A good amount of bolster on them.
Yeah.
Not. Cool. All right. Well, yeah, we're going to have to hang on for a little bit and see if we can get some grip and see what this thing is like. So I think we'll hop on in, get it fired up, and go for a spin.
Good. That's epic.
It does put the power down quite well though.
Yeah.
So how long ago was it swapped in? Has it been like this for a little while, or is it?
Yeah, someone basically, we bought it off someone else.
Yeah.
That engine swapped in very badly,
Ah, okay.
So we bought it and the engine was low compression anyway.
Right.
And the gearbox was shot to bits.
Yeah.
So we had to get another gearbox, another engine.
Oh wow, so it's a complete
lower
refresh.
mileage. Yeah, literally.
Yeah. It feels pretty like, I'm not going to say like factory OEM, because obviously it's like a major boost for that, but it
it's
works.
supposed to be a 320D.
Yeah, like it works pretty well. Third gear is so strong, isn't it? That's when you really feel the torque.
Yeah, 100%.
Imagine that's how it's mapped actually. So first and second probably have torque reduction.
Yeah.
And then third hits and it's like warp speed. Yeah, third is unbelievable. Sounds good as well, doesn't it?
For a diesel, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Sounds really good.
It's got that like throatiness to it.
Yeah.
And it's quite a new experience for me, to be honest, because I'm used to petrols, obviously. I've filmed a few diesels now, but it's something completely different.
Yeah.
So obviously, from a standard car, it's been built up quite a lot.
Yeah.
What, are you going to keep it as is, or are you going to go any further with it?
The plan was to get rid of it, but I feel like it's gone from getting rid of it to put in 3.5 injectors and a dual mass in it.
Yeah.
Because a single mass is, not that it's not dailyable, but it's just so loud.
Yeah.
It chatters really bad.
Yeah. To kind of just make it a little bit more usable, I suppose.
Yeah. You see what I mean about power delivery?
Yeah, it pulls really nice.
Yeah. I think because it revs quite high up for a diesel as well. It's like 4.8.
Okay, yeah, that's
For a diesel,
diesel,
that's
that's a lot,
yeah.
sounds really nice as well. I bet this surprises so many cars on the road.
You can see why now, can't you?
Yeah, because from the outside, you know, it's just a 2004 BMW.
Yeah.
No private plate or anything.
No,
nothing
it's
to
just
kind
2004.
That's why I love doing these videos, because I can just experience so many
Different builds, really.
different, like, driving experience.
Yeah.
Car experiences, really.
I don't think you've ever done one of these before, have you?
No, never, no. In fact, I think this is the first E46. No, it's not the first E46 on the channel.
Sure you've done.
Yeah, I did one recently. A friend of mine, Mabs, he put a B58 in one. Can't go wrong with a 46.
No.
I suppose because it's hybrid as well, there's no lag, really. It's good in the corners, though.
Yeah.
It is a proper fun little car.
No, I know. You see what I mean about the recipe now. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I get why people obviously, you can buy a 325i, I think, in this body shape.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a lot of fun, but this just is so much better.
It just goes, doesn't it?
So I'm in about the revs. It revs really high for a diesel.
It doesn't it? The ratio
Feels like it goes for so long, yeah.
Yeah. Well, mate, thank you ever so much for bringing it down.
That's fine, mate.
Definitely.
Bringing it down and breaking it, but yeah, it's fine. No worries, mate.
Definitely one that's surprised me. Definitely. So if you guys want to learn more about the build, I will leave Kieran's Instagram link down in the description down below. But for me today, that is it. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please make sure you leave a like and make sure to subscribe for all the adventures